Good morning. So we'll start session 2 on chapter lines and angles. We saw some basic terms and definitions on chapter lines and angles in our yesterday's session. As well, we understood what is linear pair and we proved one theorem, that is, if two lines intersect, then vertically opposite angles are equal. Apart from that, when a parallel line is cut by a transversal, we also understood how many pairs of alternate angles, vertically opposite angles, corresponding angles, interior angles, of course including linear pair also, and how they are formed. So I think by now you can identify pair of alternate angles, corresponding angles and interior angles in the given figure if a parallel line is cut by a transversal. So today's session will be all the theorems in the chapter lines and angles. So what we will do is we'll complete all the theorems in today's session. Then from tomorrow's session onwards, we'll only solve the exercise. So let's start with the first theorem. First theorem already we have completed yesterday. So we'll name this as second theorem. There are some theorems which are very standard based on theorem 1, theorem 2 we identify, but this is not something like that. Here, based on whichever theorem we solve, we just give them as theorem 1, theorem 2, 3, 4, etc. So, theorem 2. If a parallel line, or we can write that, if a transversal intersects, prove that, or usually we don't say prove that, directly the theorem statement will start. If a transversal intersect, a parallel line, then each pair of corresponding angles are equal. If a transversal intersect a parallel line, then each pair of corresponding angles are equal. So always the diagram, the figure should be always on your right hand side, and from left hand side we'll start proving the theorem. Diagram should be very neat in pencil. So we'll name this as AB, C, D, P, Q, and this I name it as R and S. So children, one thing you have to be very confirm one thing. I am going to number these angles and do according to the numbers. But in school, if they do not allow you in numbers, you have to read the angles. How? Angle PRB, angle PRA, or angle BRS, right? That is how you have to read it. I'll just show you with one or two reading angles, but I'm going to use numbers for the angles here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is absolutely correct. It's a correct method if you are using numbers also, as well if you are reading angles with the vertices, that is, or with the PRB, anything, both equally stand right. It's up to your teacher to consider whether she'll give marks for numbers or for the reading those angles. Always write the given AB parallel to CD. Then PQ is the transversal cutting at or intersect or cutting at R and S respectively. That's all. To prove, what we have to prove? We have to prove such that pair of corresponding angles are equal. Now read the corresponding angles. Now how many pair of corresponding? You have to name all the pair here, but only prove one pair. Whichever you want, you can prove. So I'm going to name all the pairs. Angle 1 is equal to angle 5. or angle 4 is equal to angle 8, or angle 2 is equal to angle 6, or angle 3 is equal to angle 7, right? These are the pair of corresponding angles. Angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Okay, let me read and show you. I'll just write one angle and show you here. We'll read this as angle PRB is equal to angle 5. Angle, this is R, right? RSD. Right? This is how we are going to read the angles. So that's an example. You can as well do it in this way. Any one pair you can choose, but analyze beforehand only which pair you want to choose. Proof. Now I have written the first one. Let me choose the first pair only, because based on that my proof will depend. After proving, I need not select here. If I am going to prove angle 1 is equal to angle 5, then choose a linear pair such that is adjacent to angle 1. Now which are adjacent to angle 1? 2 is adjacent, but I cannot use 2. Use it on the same line of the or same side of the transversal. Use a linear pair such that it lies between 1 and 5, or I can choose for 5 also, but that adjacent angle should be on the same side of the transversal. So proof, first I will say that angle 1 plus angle 4 is equal to 180. Reason? Linear pair. Equation 1. Now, with respect to the linear pair adjacent angle what I have chosen, I will choose one co-interior angles on the same side of the transversal, that is 4 and 5. Angle 4 plus angle 5 is equal to 180. Reason? Co-interior angles on the same side of transversal. Reason must be written completely and neatly. Is 180. Now, according to axioms I had told you, things which are equal to same thing are equal to one another. From equation 1 and 2. So, this is also equal to 180. This is also equal to 180. Angle 1 plus angle 4 is equal to angle 4 plus angle 5. I will write reason here as axiom 1. Now children, the thing is, this axioms will come in Euclid's geometry chapter, and I haven't done Euclid's geometry chapter. So but only thing you understand here is, here we are mostly using axiom 1. Once I complete this, before I go to triangles, I'll make sure that axioms and postulates are done. So axiom 1 will tell things equal to same thing are equal to one another. So 4 and 4 I can cancel. If I transpose this side, what remained? Angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Therefore, pair of corresponding angles are equal. Okay, so this is how you prove the theorem. If a transversal intersect a parallel line, then each pair of corresponding angles are equal, right? Is this very clear? Okay, so now the next theorem, converse we will write later after this. Now the next theorem is, if a transversal intersect a parallel line, then each pair of alternate angles are equal. That is what we have to do. So what I do children here is, I'll only wrap the things which I do not want, but what you have to do is, first write theorem 2 with everything, give the conclusion. Then again the next statement will be for theorem 3. After you copy down theorem 2, it will be theorem 3. What does theorem 3 tells? If a transversal intersect a parallel line, then each pair of what angles? Alternate angles. Alternate angles are equal. Figure is the same. AB parallel to CD, PQ is a transversal cutting at R and S respectively. Okay. To prove, I have to definitely change here because this will not come, and rest everything will change. Okay. So till here it is the same thing what you have to do. Then let's see remaining how to prove that. How did we prove corresponding? We chose one linear pair. With respect to linear pair, on the same side we took a co-interior angles. Now, let me first to prove alternate angles are equal. Which are alternate? Angle 4 is equal to angle 6, or we have to prove angle 3 is equal to angle 5. We have only two pairs of alternate angles. So, decide which one do you want to prove. Okay, again the first one we will choose. Proof. To prove alternate angles, first of all what we choose is, we choose a pair of vertically opposite angle with respect to the alternate angles what we are supposed to prove. That is 4 or 6. So with respect to 4, which is vertically opposite angle, that is 2. Okay. Or with respect to 6, which is vertically opposite angle, that is 8. Any one you have to choose, not both. Okay, let us choose with respect to 4 then. Proof, I will write here, angle 4 is equal to angle 2. Reason, vertically opposite angles, equation 1. Okay, angle 4 is equal to angle 2. Keep it as it is. Now, with respect to 2, angle 2 is equal to what? Angle 2 is equal to angle 6. Why? Because they are pair of corresponding angles. We just proved that in the previous theorem. So next I will write angle 2 is equal to angle 6. Reason, corresponding angles. You need to practice a lot here to understand, but to identify the angles correctly, the theorem is very simple. Equation 2. Angle 4 is equal to angle 2. Angle 2 is equal to angle 6. From 1 and 2. So 4 equal to 2, 2 equal to 6. So can I tell angle 4 is also equal to angle 6? Reason, axiom 1. Things equal to same thing are equal to one another. What is 4 and 6? That is what we had to prove. 4 and 6 are pair of alternate angles. Therefore, alternate pair of alternate angles are equal, right? So this is the theorem, two important theorem. So now what we will do is, let us write the converse of these two theorems. So wherein for converse we need not prove, but converse sometimes we use in the sums what we solve. So two theorems what you have to write, theorem 2 and theorem 3. Now let's understand the converse of this. Converse of theorem 2. So, converse of theorem 2 tells that if a transversal intersect two lines, if a transversal intersects two lines such that pair of corresponding angles are equal. If a transversal intersects two lines such that pair of corresponding angles are equal. When can corresponding angles be equal? It can only be equal if the lines are parallel. Therefore, its corresponding angles are equal. The given two lines, what we have written, two lines should be parallel. That's the converse. So if a transversal intersects two lines such that pair of corresponding angles are equal, then the two lines are parallel. Okay. The similar converse we have for theorem 3 also. Converse of theorem 3. So what does it tell? I will not complete the whole statement. If a transversal intersects two lines such that, you have to complete, children, same thing it is. Pair of alternate angles are equal. Alternate angles are equal, then the two lines are parallel. Okay. So first we'll understand what is a triangle. A closed figure formed by three intersecting lines is called as a triangle. So when we name here, so I can say ABC is a triangle where angle A, angle B and angle C are called as interior angles of the triangle, wherein if I just extend these lines and form such angles here, so these are called as exterior angles of a triangle. Sorry children, vertically opposite. So what I will do here is, yes, so these are called as exterior angles of a triangle. So now here in this theorem what we will be doing is, we will be proving interior angle theorem as well as exterior angle theorem. You've learned about interior and exterior in your 8th standard in understanding quadrilaterals or polygons chapter. Interior is the angle which lies inside a triangle. Exterior is something, the angle which lies outside the triangle. So the next theorem, we completed 3 theorems. So this will be theorem 4. The sum of all interior angles of triangle is, we can either say is 180 or we can also say is the sum of interior angles of a triangle is supplementary. Both can be used. Okay. So given, first of all, draw a triangle. Right, name that as A, B, C. So given is what? ABC is a triangle. That's all. To prove angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180. That is what we call as angle sum property. Before we start with the proof, we cannot only start or prove this theorem with the given data. We have to have some construction. So what is a construction? Draw a line parallel to BC passing through A. Draw a line XY parallel to BC passing through A. That's all. We'll write here. Draw a line XY parallel to BC and passing through point A. Okay, let's keep this as it is. Proof. Now here, when I talk about a proof, XY is parallel to BC, right? So if XY is parallel to BC, just see here. So this is X, Y, and this is BC. And if I just draw this line, this is my A. Is this a Z formation? Are these two angles are equal? Yes. What are they? They are pair of alternate angles. Okay. Again, if I draw this parallel here, this is X and this is Y and this is A. This is BC. This is the transversal, right? So here ulta Z formation. Again, these are pair of alternate angles. Yes. That means a parallel line. We have two transversal here. We have different pair of alternate angles. Let's identify and write them. So I will write here angle. I'll just mark. XAB is equal to angle ABC, and reason I will write XY parallel to BC, and what is the transversal here? AB is the transversal. AB is the transversal. So alternate angles are equal. Alternate angles. That's all we will write. Okay. Next part. Angle YAC is equal to angle ACB. Reason here, XY parallel to BC, AC is the transversal. And alternate angles. Okay, so keep this as it is. Equation 1 and equation 2. Next, look at this, this and this. Will they form a linear pair? A ray standing on a straight line where sum of the angle formed is 180? Yes. So I will write, children, here XAB plus angle BAC plus angle YAC is equal to 180. Reason, linear pair. Now, can I substitute the value of XAB in this and YAC in this? Yes, we will do that. Instead of XAC, I will write ABC, BAC as it is, plus instead of YAC, I will write ACB. I will write here from 1 and 2. What is ABC read as? ABC we can read it as angle B. What is this read as? Angle A. This read as angle C is equal to 180. Rearrange it and write angle A plus angle B plus angle C is 180. That is what we have written here. Some of the, I hope you all can see what I have written down. So, angle A plus B plus C is equal to 180. Right? So, that is the proof of the theorem. Please rearrange this if you want. How can we rearrange? Angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180. So if they ask you to prove that sum of all interior angles of a triangle is supplementary of 180, this is how you have to do it. What we will do. So in case if they ask you prove that sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180, as we have discussed, a triangle is to be drawn. With the triangle we cannot prove it, so construction is must and should. So draw a line XY parallel to BC such that it passes through point A. Each and every point what I mentioned in the construction is important. If you say draw a line parallel to BC, I mean draw a line XY parallel to BC, where is the line? Can the line drawn be here or somewhere here? Make it a point, it has to pass through the point A. Then after we see that, When these two lines are parallel and AB is a transversal, a pair of alternate angles are equal. Similarly, XY and BC are parallel, AC is a transversal, pair of alternate angles are equal. Mark these angles clearly. Next we have linear pair. Angle XAB, angle BAC plus angle YAC. Yes, we have named them correctly. So these linear pair. Substitute the angles what we have already proved here in these angles. Therefore, angle ABC. Why? Because XAB is equal to ABC. That angle we wrote here. BAC as it is. YAC. YAC is equal to ACB. ACB, that is nothing but angle C, angle B, angle A is equal to 180. Everywhere whatever I have written, I have made a point to write the reason very clearly. So that is most important. You write everything but there is no reason, the whole theorem is wrong. This is how you prove angle sum property of a triangle. So the last theorem, that is we will see now. Exterior angle of a theorem. So what is an exterior angle? I had told you. So if any side of a triangle is produced such that the exterior angle so formed is always equal to the sum of the two opposite interior angles. So the statement what I have told, that has to be proved. So let's see that. First we'll write the statement. So theorem 1, theorem 2, 3, 4. This is theorem 5, right? Correct? Which was theorem 1, children? Prove that if two lines intersect, vertically opposite angles are equal. So that was 1. Theorem 2 was about corresponding angles. Theorem 3 was about alternate angles. Theorem 4 was about angle sum property. And theorem 5 is on exterior angle theorem. This theorem will be asked as state and prove exterior angle theorem. So this theorem name itself is exterior angle theorem. Okay, this theorem states that if a side of a triangle is produced, then the exterior angle so formed is equal to the sum of two interior opposite angle. If a side of a triangle is produced, then the exterior angle so formed is equal to the sum of the two interior opposite angle. We will draw a triangle with respect to that. So ABC is a triangle and they have told if a side of a triangle is produced. I have produced BC to B such that the exterior angle, so ACD is exterior angle and these are the two opposite interior angle. Let's write given. Given in triangle ABC, comma, angle ACD is an exterior angle, right? Angle ABC and angle BAC are two opposite interior angles. Okay, what we have to prove? This is given. To prove given to prove if construction or proof. These are must and should what you have to write in theorems. What we have to prove? Angle ACD is equal to, exterior angle is equal to sum of two opposite interior angle ABC plus angle BAC. Angle, suppose if this is 120. Okay children, so if this is 120, probably this two will be the combination. So we can take one as 70 and one as 50. What is 70 plus 50? 120. Example which I gave you. Okay. Always it has to be like that. Proof. So first what we will do is, can I tell that this angle and this angle is 180? I mean sum is 180. Reason? Linear pair. So I will say angle ACD plus angle ACB is equal to 180. Reason? Linear pair. Okay, equation 1. Then angle ABC plus angle ACD plus angle BAC is equal to 180. Reason? Angle sum property. Just now we proved it. Sum of the angles of a triangle is supplementary 180. From equation 1 and 2, things equal to same thing are equal to one another. So I will write here. Where is this to prove? Okay. Angle ACD plus angle ACB is equal to angle ABC plus angle ACD. Wait a minute, children. I am repeating, I think, again here. Yes. Angle ABC. Oh, 1 second. I think I wrote here wrong. Angle sum property I need to write. Angle ABC plus angle ACB. And D, that is exterior, I know. That's what I was wondering. Angle ABC plus angle ACB plus angle BAC. Sum of the angles, right? So angle ACB plus angle BAC. Reason? Axiom 1. So angle ACB, I can cancel. Same it is. So what remained? Angle ACD is equal to angle ABC plus angle BAC. Angle ACD is equal to angle ABC plus angle BAC. So there we proved that exterior angle of a triangle is equal to sum of two opposite interior angles of a triangle. So we first write the linear pair and then we take angle sum property from equation 1 and 2. Things equal to same thing are equal to one another and we prove this theorem. So these theorems what we have solved are very important and which will be used in the further. We don't call numericals because in geometry when we do certain things based on them, they are also called as drivers, or if numbers are involved, they are of course called numericals. So in today's session we completed all the theorems of the chapter, so that from next session onwards we can only start with exercises based on these theorems. So if you have any doubt in today's session, you can call and confirm.